Hey guys, Craig here. Fergie Time. Today's episode, I am chatting with Brandon Battlehart. He has a mission called Vengeance Overland, and he's doing some great things with veterans, helping them out through PTSD, making sure they know they're not forgotten, that sort of thing. So definitely check it out. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks, guys. Hey, Craig here. Another episode of Fergie Time, and today I got a fun show. I got Brandon Battlehart, Mr. Cool name. He does Vengeance Overland, and it's cool. I'll let him get more into it. But how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, just happy to be here. It's
where are you at right now?
I'm actually out of Grapevine, Texas. So I'm at home in the studio, which is really just a living room, not fancy.
I was gonna say you're wearing a hoodie though, man. Is it hot?
Oh yeah,
Texas
I got the
right
AC.
Okay.
I got the AC cranked, and I'm sitting right under the vent. So.
Okay, right on. Tell us about the nonprofit org, its mission, how it all began. I'm assuming you're a veteran.
It started out of suicide and depression. So the natural factors as we get back from war. Long story short, I have a video on YouTube that I can refer people to. I think it's Overlanding Saved My Life. It was at the height of possibly middle to end, but like the peak of the bell curve, and then going as it ended of COVID. And I really started getting into, I had my son on the way, the wife was pregnant, job issues, moving from Oregon to Idaho. It was a whole shebang. In Idaho, there's a bunch of BLM land, so you can just drive off the road essentially. It's like 90% land management, land. And there's this one place in the river that I always used to go because it had the facet of a little bit of a dune, because it was like a little beach. And then you drive the roads, you got the lake, you got the mountains, because it's Idaho, and it's just beautiful. It was right after the Afghanistan pullout, and I was actually, when I was in Afghanistan, I was in Kunduz. And I've slayed a lot of demons in my life. Big one, my best friend, that we lost him during a deployment. That's the only one we lost, but probably the reason why I'm alive. But all that aside, this one almost broke me. I was literally on the fence. My wife didn't even know until I made the video, because I don't want to sound like I'm asking for attention with the suicide stuff, right? It's just a facet of the darkness, the trauma, and dealing with it. I remember there was a story till now, Matt from Ozark, Overland Adventures, and there was something Matt said, and he just said, go out there, because there's so many different ways to do it. For me, it's the vehicle-based travel. There's hiking, there's rock climbing, there's, all kinds of stuff, backpacking, and there's a lot of crossover with gear. And he just said, go out there and don't worry. Just build as you go. Don't think you have to spend thousands of money, although we do have a Jeep, so it's expensive no matter what. But just go out there, do it, and then learn from that. You don't have to just buy all the name brand stuff out the gate. It's nice to have sponsors though. I was just laying in the river, and I was literally on the fence, because I knew I was either going to get washed away, and I felt like nobody cared. I felt like the world was in a weird state. Everybody was struggling. I was just like, all right, we don't have family. But then I was like, that's selfish. Even if let's just say hypothetically that the wife didn't love me, which it's not the case, but it was selfish to myself. I need to love myself if I want other people to love me. And that perspective came in as I was trying to figure out how to pay forward everything for being a homeless vet. And that's how it all started. I was laying in the river, about to give up. And it's weird to say that a YouTuber influenced me, but obviously there's more to it, which we'll get into. But it saved my life. Now it's a full 501c3 charity that I turned what saved my life into hopefully saving others, which it has. So I saw a need for what nature does for trauma because of what it did for me. So there was obviously a personal connection. I was personally invested. As much as I want to say I'm an expert, because I'm not. I only did one tour. There's a lot of guys that I've talked to that have done more than one tour that have reached out and be like, thank you for being here. And he physically reached out that I saved his life by existing, because there was no outlet. There was Veteran Overland, and I guess I just found Mission Overland in North Carolina. But they all seem to touch on the subject of kind of mental health and how nature does it, but they never really niched down to the nitty gritty, which is fine. I'm not trying to compete with anybody, because the more resource with veterans, the better. I would love to partner with them, be like a speaker or something. Like, I'm young enough, I'm total and permanent, so I'm not tied by the bureaucracy and red tape. I'm going to go after the system. I'm going to harp on PTSD and go after legislation, because that's what I signed it up for, is to actually affect legislation for PTSD. There's nothing that's niched down and talking about the raw, there's awareness of PTSD, but the raw actual Nobody's talking about suicide because it's a trigger word. Nobody's talking about depression management or alleviation. Nobody's talking about how nature affects hypervigilance. Nobody's talking about all those facets that we're affected by directly because they're scared that the mental health connotation, why not go after something to help others the way I was helped?
How do you see overlanding as a tool for healing and self-discovery for veterans?
Okay, so this one's kind of loaded. And I've done a lot of research on this because I felt like there needs to be studies. And there actually were. Now, granted, it's not focused on overlanding, it's focused on nature generally because of just nature, right? So there was actually studies done. I've got an article up here which I'll paraphrase, but it's from McLean, Putting People First in Mental Health. It's an online article. I can link it to on my page, which I'm going to. I'm going to do a whole video of how directly the outdoors is attached to PTSD. One of the big points here is attention restoration, and this is tied to the hypervigilance and stuff. There's a quote here, and I'm going to read it directly from this website. It's mcleanhospital.org. Attention restoration can also be helpful for people who experience PTSD. The stimulating aspects of nature can take people's minds off the day-to-day stresses. Nature's calming effect also has a particular relevance for people with trauma histories. Now, at first I'm like, okay, that sounds general. Okay, let me look further. So then I found this, and it's actually from Renewed Light Mental Health, MH. And it says the science, because anybody can have opinion on how it's helpful and everybody's reaction to things are different. But when you delve into physical studies, the calm and peaceful surroundings of nature settings help to reduce the increased arousal and hypervigilance often experienced by individuals with PTSD. This in turn leads to a decrease in the stress response and allows individuals to feel more at ease. Where this comes from is my personal experience in that river with the perspective change. As a man, we naturally have this mental health, not bias, but dilemma, because we don't want to seem weak or we don't want to seem less than. We don't want to seem like we can't handle being a man, especially if we're raising a family, trying to put on this strength for our kids to not feel like everything's just broken in the world. Naturally, we don't do well with our feelings or asking for help. When it's a physical connection, it kind of piqued my curiosity, so to speak. Let's say everything I did in Afghanistan, everything from my failures to my successes to my growth, and the bell curve of learning through that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you're out there, because just like the flag on our shoulder when we fought for our country, the bigger picture, if you're Jason Bourne or John Wick and you're in that river and a rock falls off the mountain and kills you, you're a dead Jason Bourne. It doesn't matter what you did. It's actually quite humbling to realize how small you are in the grand scheme of like the earth. For me, that outlet was overlanding. I needed something other than just going to the bar. Humbleness of being out in nature and being way small in comparison, for me, helped. It sounds kind of holistic and hippie-like, and that's no disrespect to people that are like nomads or van life or however overlanding essentially started with the carriages on the Oregon Trail, but it helped.
So you went out and you bought a Gladiator.
Oh, how it turned into the overlanding with the vehicles?
Yeah, that's what you have, right? You have a Gladiator.
Yeah. So I have the Jeep Gladiator.
So when did you buy that, and when did you start getting into?
I've been through a lot of vehicles. You gotta love building rigs, taking a loss as you sell them and moving on to the next build. So I got into off-roading because at the time I was in Oregon and we were by the sand dunes, and my buddy at the time had a diesel truck, an old truck that he got from his grandfather. It was like the square body C on paddle tires and everything, and I just love modding. We had, at the time when I met my wife, she had a 14 Jeep JK Sport Unlimited. So not Rubicon. It was lifted over. She bought it that way. So it was lifted on a 4-inch lift. So then I got in her Jeep and I went on the dunes of the Jeep. This is the first 30 days of meeting my wife. I got lost at night on an ATV trail in my wife's fully $54,000 Jeep. So I ended up having to buy turtle wax. I washed it with turtle wax, rhino lined it, got it back to working order because she's like, it's hideous. I don't like it. I'm like, it's a Jeep, babe. And it was these like sand dune evergreen trees, right? We went from the JK that had rear mainsail issues. Then we went from that to 2 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. Well, at the time, we couldn't afford to get a Rubicon. And I swore I would never buy another Wrangler unless it was a Rubicon. Because it just is. It's the best platform to start, in my opinion. Can you build a Sport Unlimited? Yes. We're like, okay, we're not going to buy one. We want one. So I went from a Jeep Cherokee Latitude, bought her a white mama vehicle, the Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, traded it in with some negative equity to go from the Latitude, because it's in the wedding pictures, which kind of sucks because I'm always reminded I didn't go the Trailhawk. We're back in a Jeep Gladiator. And I bought it used in 2021 It already had an front axle replacement for all the Jeep haters. Every brand's got their issues. But it was a Rubicon. It was fully loaded, front camera. And so I got it for $61K, fully loaded, about 28 on the clock. And here I am, full extended warranty, which I have to cancel now because I've already voided it. I'm getting the lift installed on the 7th. Jeep is the perfect Swiss Army knife for outdoors. You can rock crawl with it, which I'm still learning. Now that I'm not landlocked and I'm in Texas, I have a staff sergeant that once I get it lifted, because everything's been held up on the lift. He was former Army. I'm doing a one-on-one peer-to-peer with him at the Ozarks in Arkansas. I've got an off-road park I'm going to in Oklahoma with North Texas Jeep Club. I've got Vader, who is in the Cherokee Trailhawk, who is in Florida. It's nice because it can do it. I can go take what I have, scale it, locally, because I'm out of Grapevine and there's a lot of veterans here that don't have an outlet, because overlanding in Texas it's really non-existent. It's all wheeling down here in the South. It's all like the swamp builds and the buggies and rock crawling, and I don't have a lot. I'm actually kind of scared of rock crawling. I'm learning now. Rock crawling's a different beast. Wheeling itself is a different beast. It's technical, it's a skill. The Jeep's a great tool. Trust your freaking spotter. I don't know why that bugs me so much. What vehicle can I take to go anywhere I'm needed to be there for another veteran if I need to be? And it just made sense. To me, it made sense. Obviously the Gladiator, because it's a Jeep Wrangler with an extended storage bed. Because it's a 5x5 bed. Coming from the F-150 bed to where I can actually do truck stuff if I needed to move. Oh, it's horrible. It's not a bed. It's not a truck bed.
So how can people get involved, whether they're veterans or not veterans? How can they help out your cause?
I provide a service, and the value of that service is essentially how veterans are treated, and how overlanding as the subset, wheeling, and the people and the veterans that I've met out there use overlanding to disappear from the day-to-day stresses. Hand-in-hand facet of Vengeance Overland is going after legislation to actually make impactful, not just running my mouth, walking the walk, and going after. One day, the goal is to go after Congress on how veterans are treated and left behind, so to speak, to where we're forced to deal with it like we are. I've got all the socials, right? So I have $250 fundraiser on social media that goes to Meeting a Veteran initiative. Based on the overpriced coffees of today's economy, $10, that's 25 veterans I can meet hand in hand, shake their hand, hear their story, see if they need my services. Because I don't really like pushing sales, because that's not my main focus. I'm not a veteran service officer. I can refer you to the people that help me. But my main goal is to affect PTSD as well as the day-to-day stuff that we already do in this environment of the overlanding, the off-roading, the outdoors. I run fundraisers because that immediately goes to operating costs, that immediately goes to admin stuff, taking care of veterans. So you're giving it to me because of tax write-off, but it's not going to my own personal wallet. The overall purpose is to make a difference. So I sell merch, which ultimately is just marketing, getting the name out there, because I'm nobody. I started in April. I was formed in April. I've been doing this, but kind of like in the background, just going to other people's events and just being a kid in a candy store. I'm happy to be alive. I'm lucky to be alive. I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to just wake up every day and worry about death and taxes. I got breath in my lungs because my best friend paid the ultimate sacrifice, and I don't want to waste it. I don't want to disrespect his legacy or all the fallen people that have paid the price for the freedom that we have to even do any of this. I just need to meet people. I need to get the name out there. I need to have people know I exist. If they don't need me, great. If they know a veteran, if they know a family member, that just reach out. I'll do a peer-to-peer phone call if I can't physically drive to you. The goal is to go around the campfire because of the soothing aspects of that. The day-to-day ground sucks for everybody. So instead of harping on that, let's just go disappear. Let's just go wheeling. Let's distract the mind, take some of the load off, because the pot boils up over time as the stresses increase. And so professional freedom. So everybody does contact, but I did freedom because I wanted to be cute. Freedom at theoverland.org. wearevengeance.org. It's more of the community based. It also redirects from theoverland.org. I'm trying to do something and make something out of nothing. I'm swinging for the fences and I'm doing it myself, raising a family and just being a part of the community. But it's better than nothing. It's better than sitting here feeling entitled and just being angry at the world. I just need to get the word out there that I exist. I need to make sure people know something is out there, because what if they commit suicide because they thought nobody was there for them? What if they were constantly left behind in the shadows? Now there's something, even a glimmer of light, to give them hope. because it did for me. Yes, a YouTuber saved my life. And I feel a little bad that Matt from Ozark has possibly that burden. And he's the only one I'm really a Patreon of big time, because I was a Patreon of everyone. But treat people how you want to be treated, but just being genuine, not disingenuous. Not, you can push products and get sponsored as you grow, that's great, but don't lose your core morals and ethics of how you are as a human, because at the end of the day, you are a human being. I'm just trying to make an impact where I can. I'm one dude, I'm doing what I can. It's better than not doing anything, and if it saves the lives, every single penny I put in my own pocket and others is worth it.
All right, some rapid fire questions. Favorite day of the week?
Monday, because of the perception that it's not the best day, so I tend to try and carpe diem it and seize it and make it better than I should. It's a challenge. I like challenges.
Favorite city in the U.S.?
I've been all over. I've never really had a home, being homeless and being adopted, so I'm going to go with where I'm building my family right now, which is Grapevine, Texas.
What is your spirit animal?
Wolf. Has been. I don't know why. The wolf, but yeah.
Texting or talking?
I'm antisocial, but I have to be social, so texting.
Ask permission or beg forgiveness?
Beg for forgiveness. Yeah, beg for forgiveness.
All right, last one. If your life had a theme song, what song would it be?
Gonna sound a little fabricated because it's a new song. Falling in Reverse. Trigger warning. It's addressing how everybody gets offended, and listen to it. It has the left-right cadence of the military in the beginning, and he talks about older values through the newer state of things. And it's kind of like an anthem.
Well, dude, I mean, yeah, you seem so busy. Just keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing. And yeah, no, I see how busy you are. And
I want to stop taking lives. I want to start saving them. I shouldn't be here right now. And there's somebody that isn't, which is why I'm here. And I don't want to disrespect why everybody has the freedoms and the breath in their lungs to wake up every day. And I want to harp on why that's so important. I feel proud of what I'm doing. I'm very passionate about it, and I could use some help. Definitely networking, definitely going to other people's events, definitely being a part.
Love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, thank you for this, because it means a lot, because I know the community sometimes can be very polarizing. I just want to get my story out there. I want to make sure people know I exist, because, and I'm glad to do it, and I'm glad that you had me on, and thank you, everybody. And yeah, I know you're pushing me, but go follow him. He posts some really cool wheeling pictures, videos, reels. Hopefully I get to wheel with you in December. I really want to.
Yeah. All right, guys. Whew, I'm tired. Brandon, he's definitely passionate about what he's doing, and he's really into everything he's doing. And hopefully you were able to break some of those things down, and I would definitely reach out, check out his website, check him out on Instagram, all that good stuff. I love what he's doing. If there's anybody else you'd like me to chat with, definitely reach out, let me know, and subscribe. Go to fergiethejku.com. I'm on Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.